What is going on, everybody? In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my character in the Division again, and the reason why I'm doing this is because when I hit level 30 last week on the Division, I pretty much instantly put out the video to show you guys my character and everything I had on him at the time. But right now it's time to show you my character after the weekend, because I have made a lot of progress into my character, and as you can tell by the title of the video, I hit hard as a truck. You heard right, over 100,000 DPS. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. I'm going to show you guys my inventory. So as you can see here, I have grabbed a couple of high-ends ever since the last time I showed you guys what I'm rocking here. And as you can see, I do have 2 high-end attachments, and I have around about, 5 high-end items just currently equipped in my character. So it's pretty crazy the amount of high-ends that I have grabbed since the last time I've showed you guys my character. Anyway, as you can see, the primary DPS is doing 101,000, but in reality, my primary does 101,000. But my secondary doesn't do what it says whenever I switch to this weapon. Then it increases DPS to 111,000 for my SOCOM SCAR-L, and then it shows that my PAC-HON actually does 115,000. But in reality, my PAC-HON does 101,000 and my SOCOM SCAR-L does 111,000, which it's kind of deceiving to see in a way that my SCAR-L does less damage when it's not equipped, but they are both very high DPS weapons. And I'm going to show you guys the perks in a second here, but these weapons are pretty darn good. They shred like crazy, especially my PAC-HON. This thing is a boss killer, and I'm going to show you guys right now why that is. So once we go into the mods, as you can see here, I just have a regular superior scope or whatever. I have a compensator on here, but whenever we go over to the extended magazine, I actually crafted this at the crafting bench. I got the blueprint for it, and it pretty much increases the magazine size by about 94% and increases the rate of fire by about 25%, which if I actually take this extended magazine off, watch how much the DPS actually drops. It's ridiculous. It goes down to pretty much 70,000 DPS. I get like 30,000, maybe 31,000 DPS off of this one extended mag, and it is pretty crazy that this one attachment has this much impact on my weapon. See, the other extended mag that I have on my SCAR-L doesn't even impact this weapon even as much. It brings it only up to 90,000, but this extended mag right here, the reason why it is so good is because extended mags increase your DPS a lot already, but the rate of fire, if you increase that also, it just piles on like crazy. So this weapon shoots very quickly. It has an 87 round mag, and I watch yellow health enemies and elites in named enemies like bosses. I watch them go from full health to no health in the matter of seconds. And if you're wondering where you can pick this weapon up, you can actually get it at the advanced weapons vendor in the back of the base of operations in the security wing, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, you have to unlock that first. You have to unlock that that mod first or whatever for your base of operations, or that upgrade I mean. But yeah, that's where you can buy this weapon at. It's a pretty hefty price for the weapon. It's around like 480,000, I'm pretty sure, credits. But it's very worth it, because this is like, I see a lot of people using this weapon because this thing already has a great stat roll on it. It is a pretty awesome weapon. It's an RBK. I mean, the weapon looks amazing in general, and it has great perks on it to go with it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the perks of it. So if we go in here, PAC-HON has a 13% faster reloading speed, and if you have all the stats and everything, like 1889 firearms and 1889 health, or not health but stamina, you can actually have all the perks unlocked. And as you can see here, it has destructive, which the armor destruction value is increased by 18% when using this weapon, and that's pretty good, because if you don't know, the armor is like the little white bars on the enemies and everything, and if you shred those white bars, then you can hit their health and actually take them down really quickly. But being that this weapon has that perk on there, also adds to the fact that it has the ferocious talent on there, which damage against elite named enemies is increased by 13%. So again, it just shreds enemies like crazy. There is like no chance that those enemies stand. Like seriously, I'm pretty sure I might go into the dark zone and show you guys a clip of me actually shredding a couple of enemies in there, maybe a boss or two. And yeah, so this is pretty crazy. And now if we go over the SCAR-L, if I switch to this again, as you can see, the deceiving DPS that it gives me, it says that it does 94,000, but whenever I switch over to it, it does 111,000. This weapon also has a couple of good mods on here, and as you can see, it's got the tiger stripe vintage camo in there, and I really like this camo. It really looks awesome on the SCAR-L, and I really do like it. But as you can see, just got a couple of regular attachments. Then I have this high-end extended magazine that increases the magazine size by 99%, pretty much doubles the size of the mag. It has a 22% faster reloading speed. But yeah, anyway, for the talents, as you can see, the first one is brutal, and it says headshot damage is increased by almost 20% when using this weapon, and I'm pretty sure that's what makes the damage so deceiving, is whenever I have it equipped, it says when using this weapon that damage is increased. I'm pretty sure it just says that the overall DPS is increased whenever this weapon is equipped, so it's pretty darn powerful. Alright, and then if we move on to commanding, I don't really know if that perk really affects anything or anything at all. So, and as you can see, I have Damascus here, which is just a little handgun. You get a blueprint for this for completing the final mission in the division. It's a pretty darn good little handgun here. As you can see, it has the harmful talent, which each hit has a 12.5% chance to apply this bleed status effect to the target, which can also stack onto your amount of damage that you're already currently doing with this weapon. And it has restored, which it's an alright one. And as you can see right here, the expert talent is probably one of my favorite talents on here, because this weapon deals 100% more damage when the target is below 30% health. So if you run out of ammo and you have a boss at like around 30% or something like that, or just above or just below, this weapon will finish them off for you. So yeah, this weapon is pretty darn powerful for a little handgun or whatever. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into all my gear and everything. So yeah, I just have a superior chest piece, superior backpack, and a superior holster, but I have 3 high-end armor pieces. My mask right here, as you can see, if we just go ahead and inspect that real quick, it's a pretty darn cool looking mask, not gonna lie. That thing looks pretty awesome. But yeah, just go ahead and take that off, and I'll show you guys the mods and everything. So yeah, I got advanced electronics on there, which, again, all my stats up here. Here, let me go ahead and take out my primary again and show you guys what's going on with this. So as you can see, 101,000 primary DPS. I have 60,000 health, and I'm trying to get up to 20,000 skill power, because I use the sticky bomb, and whenever you have around 20,000 skill power, that thing is very deadly. It hits super hard, and I use that just to pretty much take out anything, and it works very well, especially in the dark zone, because a lot of agents get taken down by that sticky bomb whenever they're rogue. And yeah, and let's go on to the knee pads here. Or actually, I haven't even showed you the perks on my mask yet. And as you can see, the Tenacious perk, increased damage by 9% for 10 seconds when using a medkit. So if I pop a medkit, I increase my damage by 9%. So that's pretty darn awesome. And then if we go over here to the armor, not the armor, but the knee pads, I have the operator pads, and it adds 569 to my firearms and 96 to my electronics. And as you can see, this is just all the perks on it and everything. It also adds 7.5% to my sticky bomb explosion radius, which means my sticky bomb reaches a little bit further, and I do like that a lot right there. And yeah, so that's just my operator pads. Now let's go on and move on to the gloves. So these, I'm pretty sure, have a special thing on here. Yeah, they have plus 10 damage, or plus 10% damage to elites, which means I also hit a lot harder against the elites that are yellow health, which again adds on to the pack-on, which this weapon with these gloves means that yellow health enemies don't stand a chance. This weapon is my boss killer right here. I'm not even joking. This thing is ridiculously overpowered with all these different buffs and everything stacked onto it. So I really gotta say that the pack-on is doing me very well right now, and I do like that a lot. But as you can see, this is just my current inventory and everything, and this is pretty much what I'm rocking here. As you can see, I have 180,000 credits, 44,000 Dark Zone funds, and I do have 89 Phoenix credits. I'm trying to save up just a little bit more so I can I don't want to replace my Scar L, but if I ever get a high-end SOCOM Scar L, then I will definitely use it, because I do love this weapon a lot. And yeah, so that's pretty much all of my gear and everything. So yeah, guys. So I thought I'd go ahead and also show you guys my skills and talents and everything. So as you can see, I'm using the first aid, and that pretty much is like a little bit of a med kit that recharges. So if you don't actually have like any med kits on you, you can just go ahead and pop this, and it'll restore your health and everything, and people around you if anybody's nearby, or you could shoot it at a teammate. And I'm pretty sure there's a modification on here that you can actually revive somebody if you shoot it at them or anything. And yeah, as you can see, I don't have that modification on. I actually have this device heals targets more effectively or efficiently, which means whenever I pop it, I pretty much go from like no health to full health with one pop of this thing. It's pretty crazy. And if we actually go over here, this is my sticky bomb, and this says increases the damage and radius of the explosion and may cause targets to bleed, which honestly I don't see any other point to using any other different modification besides this one, because it increases the damage and the blast radius of the sticky bomb, which if you ask me, that's exactly what I'm going for, is damage. So yeah. And also I use the survivor link just because this increases damage resistance and everything, which some of the times if there's a lot of people around me when I'm trying to extract my loot in the dark zone, I go ahead and pop this right before I put everything on the rope or whatever, so I don't just get one hit by a sticky bomb or anything. I just go ahead and pop this, and before you know it, nobody can kill me. I'm sitting there being a bullet sponge and everything, just finishing putting my loot on. And over here in the talents, as you can see, I use the critical save, which again, pretty much use a med kit during low health to increase damage resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. And then over here I have police up, which is kill a hostile with any skill for a 25% chance of auto-refilling all ammo types up to capacity, which means if I kill something with my sticky bomb, there's a 25% chance that I will have full ammo for everything. And then this says damage multiple hostiles with an explosion to apply 40% more damage from the blast. So if my sticky bomb or a grenade or anything that explodes hits 2 targets, it'll even do more damage. So again, I'm like a DPS king right now with all this stuff. It's pretty crazy. And headshot a hostile to have a 50% chance of not consuming the bullet, which I didn't think this was a good perk at first, but you know, to have a 50% chance to not consume a bullet whenever you hit somebody in the head, why not? It's a pretty good little perk to have here. And yeah, so that's pretty much going to wrap it up for my character overview. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for my character overview. So if you do enjoy this video, drop a like down below, subscribe for more, and we'll definitely catch you guys in the next one. And peace out, everybody.
Make sure Rhodes gets us the juice we need. That is, if he's still alive.
Locating auxiliary relay. Target acquired. Sub-level 3.